Thank you for your infinite love, guidance, and protection, Spirit. Please use me as a conduit of light to deliver this message to whoever needs to hear it. And that whoever needs to hear this message be drawn to it like a magnet. Wow. Learn from my pain. Pain is a catalyst for change. Allow it to lead you to deeper wisdom and growth. Okay, so recognizing why we had to go through what we went through, right? Find inner peace. Peace isn't found outside. It's cultivated within. Create silence in your mind and soul. And we had 4 fly out here, guys. So let's see how they all tie together. Release suppressed emotions. Let the feelings you buried rise without shame. Cry, scream, breathe. Freedom begins where expression flows. There's almost a timeline to these cards. Okay, let's see the last one. Release inner criticism. Silence the inner critic. Speak to yourself with kindness and watch your confidence soar. What do all these cards have in common? They have that process of healing. So we release our suppressed emotions. We release our inner criticism, right? We have to release all these things. We have to learn from them. We have to learn from our pain. And when we do this, we'll find our inner peace. There's such a timeline to what just came out here, guys. And I feel like this is the process that we have been going through, and that we're finally coming into the recognition of it all. We have this expanded consciousness of what we went through, how we learned from it, how it's brought us to the frequency that we're at now, and getting us in this space where we better recognize who we are authentically so that we can respond to life from that version of ourselves instead of this old, unhealed, toxic, traumatized version of ourselves, right? Not that there was, like, we love that person, but we have to release that person so we can embody a higher version of ourselves where we're actually happy. We're not depressed. We're not feeling like something's missing, right? And we soon realized that the only thing that was really missing was our inner peace, because we were selling our souls to all these people, places, and things in the matrix that really didn't have our highest good at heart, because they're a part of the matrix. How would they know what's of the highest good of us? How would the program, the system, the people that are married to the program and the system and give their attention and focus to the program and the system, how could they know who we truly are? Only letting go of what we aren't and coming into this inner peace will we connect with spirit in this space and receive the guidance and these little breadcrumbs of information as we need them, as we grow, as when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and that's how it is. And then you come into this space where you're like, wow, you're at peace with who you are. You know who you are. You know who you want to be. You know what you want to accept in your life and not accept in your life, right? Introspection and rebirth. Winter solstice. That's what this card is. I'm going to read it, but I'm just smiling because it's completely in alignment with what we just were shown here, where we're going through this healing process and learning from our pain and coming into this inner peace and balance of the masculine and feminine within us. So we're able to come from this grounded place of, I know who I am. I know what I came here to do, and anything that is not in alignment, I have these healthy boundaries with, right? So introspection and rebirth. The winter solstice marks a time of introspection and rebirth. As the longest night begins to fade, embrace the opportunity to shed old patterns and prepare for new beginnings. This is a time of transformation where the seeds of renewal are planted for the journey ahead. So you planted all those seeds going through this healing process. You've really got in touch with the truth of who you are in connection with your inner being. What a beautiful, expansive place to be, where you can just flow with life and co-create with the universe. Valley of Shadows. Step into the enveloping valley of shadows where fears are faced and courage is forged in dimly lit paths. Exactly. And that's exactly what you had to go through learning from this pain. You had to realize that coming through that fear is going to be there regardless. And you just have to have the courage to push through it. The fear is never going to go away. So then you have the opportunity to have this path that you skip down and it's just some easy journey. It's not easy. The healing journey is not easy. That's why a lot of people choose to just stay in the program in their comfort zone, because to heal would mean to do all these big scary things and get out of their comfort zone and make changes and go into places they've never been before. Even if those places look enticing, they're not willing to do what they have to do in the growth process to expand as a person and come to the space of integrity where they're in alignment with those things. And most of the time when you're in your ego, you're not even desiring the highest version of you. You're actually just desiring more egoic things that are a vibrational match to the vibration you're choosing to respond to life in. So you're probably, it's just like when I use the example of making a vision board, you're probably putting a lot of different things on your vision board when you're coming from a certain frequency and ego. And they're different from what you would put on your vision board if you were coming from a frequency of the highest version of you, right? So like a lot of times our vision board will be a mixture of that, because we're kind of like in this in-between healing phase where we're still kind of like getting that validation and wanting and desiring those material things that are actually what's going to fulfill us. But it doesn't mean that you can't have them or you don't deserve them or it's not in the works for you. It's just like your focus is more on service. Your focus is more on your vibration, how you feel, how you milk every moment for the joy and love that could be there, right? And it's there if you focus on that. It's there if that's what the energy you put into it is there. And that takes healing, because you can't be feeling depressed and angry and resentful and all these feelings and then come from this higher space of love and joy. Like it just doesn't align. It's not a match. That's why healing is so critical, because you have to create that space. You have to lighten up your frequency so you can rise to the occasion, so you can raise into higher emotional states of being. Okay. There it is. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. Have you been hesitant about a decision? The universe is giving you a clear sign to move forward and trust this path. Why do you think the universe is giving you a clear sign? Because it's just saying, have the courage to go into the valley of shadows. Have that courage, because if you do have that courage, the universe is saying, yes, on the other side of it, this thing is going to work out. Whatever it is that you were working towards, but you haven't quite had it in you to like take that next step. The answer is yes, take the step. Don't be afraid. You don't even know what's on the other side, but if you've been doing the healing work, it's something of a higher vibrational frequency. So what do you have to lose? Your old identity, a lower frequency. So what? So what? Don't be afraid that all those old friends and relationships and families or jobs and all these things that don't serve you, even though, you love those people and you have to set healthy boundaries with them, like you have to create that space for the yes. Because Spirit is saying, yes, just keep going. You're doing a great job. You just have to let go of, anything lingering so you can create that space and come into a vibrational frequency. Like sometimes the lingering things are people in your life that have their own drama, but they maybe call you on the phone about it, right? And it's just like that is taking up energetic space, and you have to let those people go learn their lessons. You don't always have to be the person who is like on the phone listening to somebody go through the same cycles they keep going through, because they just need to keep falling on their ass until they learn the lesson. They have to get so sick of their own shit that they learn the lesson. And sometimes you can get sucked into other people's darkness because you're an empathetic person. Don't get tricked into that, because that will not only drain you, it will also enable the person to stay in their cycles. There's so many negative effects in the guise of being there for someone, right? So then you can be emotionally manipulated by somebody going through it, because aren't you going to be there for me? And it's like, you got to be there for you. And you don't realize how tough love in life, if you understand energy, is so necessary, because it's about this recognition of what's really going on. What is this person really playing out, right, in their reality? What traumas, what shadows, what things are they projecting? How are you enabling that? How are you enabling your own shit by not setting healthy boundaries with other people and not allowing the yeses to come in because you haven't created space for them, because you're too busy on the phone listening to your girlfriend talk about how her husband cheated on her for the 15th time? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of thing things we can't get sucked into. We really can be there for people, but in a more healthy way that respects our own boundaries. So we're able to really focus inward, come into that balance, and raise our frequency and bring into fruition these timelines that we actually desire and want to move into, because we're able to reach that frequency now based on our own healing. But you might still have some healing to do around boundaries if you're not able to move up into these frequencies, because 9 times out of 10, it's a person, place, or thing that is guilt tripping you into staying or making you feel afraid of leaving for one reason or another. A lot of times it's financial, and people get really scared to take that next step. Where is it going to come from? Like, that's where the faith comes in. That's where knowing that, like, look, I've done this healing. I'm feeling called to leave this place, and I know I will be taken care of. And then watch the universe work its magic. It does, and it's scary, guys. You have to learn to get out of your comfort zone if you want to go places in this life. If you want to expand into newer, higher frequencies, you have to learn to get out of your comfort zone and get real comfortable doing that. And if you do, you will get into this place of flow where it's easy to get out of your comfort zone, because you realize there's really nothing to be afraid of anyways. And you'll come into this place of inner peace and moments of stillness and appreciation as you come into these higher frequencies, because this is it, guys. We're so afraid to give up these like toxic lives, this our place in the program, because it's scary and we've never done it before, and we might have to give up things that make us feel safe. But in reality, once you take that leap, it's so much inner peace. It's so much joy. It's so much love. It's so much abundance. It's so many things in alignment with the frequency that you have earned through your own healing. And really, it's like, you earn it because you go through those like tough, shadowy, you dive into the depths of your shadow, right? But at the same time, it's like, it's just you like letting go of who you aren't and coming into who you are. You don't really have to earn that, but because we've been in this program, because we came here to transmute shadow and assist the collective in expanding their frequency, we have to go through that in order to relate, in order to help others expand and let go. We have to transmute all this shadow that we've accumulated en masse on Earth, planet Earth, over hundreds and hundreds of years, different civilizations, different karmic debt that we've accrued over time. We came in to help transmute that. So in a sense, it is working. It is this work to really dive into the darkness and shed those layers and do the transmutation and alchemize that energy into something more expansive, into matching what the frequency of this earth is coming into, which is why these earth changes are taking place, because it's the same process, just it looks differently for earth, right? We're just a different cell on the earth. But yeah, guys, let's pull another card here. That one just jumped out. Let's see what it is. I am not my thoughts. I am the one noticing that notices them. Wow. You know what this says to me? I'm not my thoughts. I'm the one that notices them. It's really that space of taking a pause when things happen in life or you see situations in your life and looking at it from the observer's point of view, from that perspective of, okay, I'm a character in this avatar. This is what I came here to do. This is what the people around me are playing their roles. They're the characters. They are playing those roles for me, and I'm playing those roles for them to learn different lessons, and like recognizing like when thoughts come in, like I'm just a character, guys. I'm in the video game. This is the video game, and I'm just learning these lessons, and I'm just figuring out how to navigate and heal in order to expand. That's the goal. That's the mission. Right? My vibrational frequency is my currency, and that's that detached place. So we don't get so attached to the characters and the identities and codependent on like all different things, people, places, things, substances, shopping, eating, whatever, this codependency we have on all these things. And we really detach to get that perspective of that is more grounded, that is more like, okay, actually, this is why I'm doing this behavior. This is how I'm enabling this person in my life. Like this, right? Just getting really real with yourself. And that's such a peaceful place to be. This inner peace came out twice. It's such a peaceful place to be when you have that mastery. And that's what this is said. Like, this whole reading is just like, you have done so much healing work. You really have learned from your pain. You really have come into this place of inner peace and had a lot of introspection, had this whole rebirth. And now Spirit is saying yes. Like, yes, it's time. It is time to expand into this new timeline. It is time to love the shit out of yourself. It is time to accept nothing less than what you know you deserve. And that's just where you're at anyways. This is nothing I have to tell anybody watching this video right now, because you know that, right? Peacock Spirit, beautiful and elegant, to shape one's unique spiritual outlook and showcase a colorful future. Thank you for the validation, Spirit. You've done the healing work. You have a beautiful, colorful future coming towards you. Embrace it. Keep those healthy boundaries alive. Keep that inner peace and that balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within you. And you are just well on your way. You've had this beautiful journey. You've done the work. And now you come to this place of peace and allowance, and you're ready to receive because you're in the frequency to do so. Beautiful reading, guys. Beautiful reading. Whew. All right. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.